get him on the blue. And that typically means trouble for anyone who tangles with the Boise State Broncos. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Fresno State will kick it off and we will be underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Boise State's offense takes the field for the first time today. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
He leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
I love quarterbacks that are decisive and that put the mustard on the passes. When you need to put the ball on a line in a hurry with some extra hot sauce, you have to do it. Good job by the quarterback understanding zone and hitting that curve.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. So Fresno State's offense will get the ball for the first time. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football at a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do. And you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much he'll test that cornerback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. The Bulldogs have enough for the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down marker.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're...
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Not a ton of play calls for 3rd and California when you're on offense. You know you're going to have your quarterback holding on to the football. You really got to think about how you're going to protect him. Offensive coordinator may want to think about using more max protect schemes, get more bodies in to give this quarterback a chance.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Both of these defenses a little bent, but not breaking in clutch situations, David.
It's always exciting when you can go for it on 4th down and you know your defense will make a stand. They held them to a field goal, Jesse. It's a pretty good job by that defense.
It is. So if I'm this coaching staff, don't deviate from the game plan here. Go back to doing what you want to do and get established in this game.
Looking to pass. It's Landry. Trying to get to him. Got his man quickly. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. Looking to move it through the air. They'll run the screen. Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line. Now on 2nd and short after the first down completion. He'll pull it down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Broncos are moving quickly down the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. The Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. Looking to pass on 2nd down. He makes the connection. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. And the Broncos looking to take advantage of this red zone trip.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He caught it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Boise State!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving them.
The expressway is wide open. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. He wants to throw. Dumps it off in the flats. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Unloads to the wideout. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage. Fresno State will have to punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Finds his tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw, it's Landry. He's got his man. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
We've seen really nice balance here on this drive. Quarterback's 3 for 3. He's picking this defense apart. They've also run the ball well, too, and here they are down close to the goal line. This defense has no idea what's coming next.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6. Now it's 2nd and goal. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counter?
Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
When you get down here in the red zone, when you get close to the end zone, and you get goal-to-go situations, you've got to be physical, and I love teams that can run the football. They run the football, hand it to the running back. He does the rest, puts it in the end zone.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody.
Open runway ahead. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. On the run, fires downfield. Makes the grab. Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting the big gainer to the 30.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the 2nd level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. Good right down the boulevard. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. The Broncos want to pick up the tempo. To the air, it's Landry. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. And the Broncos send out the punt unit. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They've had a couple of productive drives, but they've had to settle for field goals in 2 of their 3 previous possessions, Jesse.
Yeah, this is an offense that takes a lot of pride in execution, and they feel like they should have scored a touchdown every single drive. So while it's been good, not great, David, just execute a little bit better, and they can put this one in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think you point that out. We went all the way down the field on 2 of our first 3 drives and got field goals. Now, just a little better execution when that field starts to shrink and it gets a little bit more difficult.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
Off the play fake. Lofts one deep down the right side. And the pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
They'll start this drive with a pass. He looks that one in nicely. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Using his legs, it's Cruz. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, and live to fight another down.
This is an offense that leads the nation in 1st downs because there's so many different ways they can attack you. They're versatile. They can throw it. They can run it. They've got so much balance, and that's what makes them so hard to stop.
Got enough space, and he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. You have to wonder what the defense was thinking there. I mean, he just gashed them all by himself.
Right, and you think quarterback runs sometimes, but you can't think about it all the time. You got misdirection. There's so many things to look at. The quarterback can throw it, but when you got an athlete behind center that can do that, it's just frustrating. Too many things to try to stop.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-6. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. West Virginia is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Don Nehlen, this has not been a blowout today in Morgantown. They're up by 4 over Ohio State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. It's complete to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. It's a draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in.
On third down, he drops to throw. Working on the right. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Fresno State right back to the line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Gonna take a shot. Makes a catch at the 20. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. To throw, it's Landry. Safe completion on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Pocket starts to collapse. The sure hands, it's Cruz. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on fourth down. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Comes out throwing on first down. He's got his man. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's first and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Hit as he throws. Got his man. Oh, and what a move. What a juke, and he makes it past the marker. Just inside the red zone. First and 10 from the 19. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Good timing on the quick out. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to throw. It's Landry. Makes the catch. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Broncos. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fella on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker, and then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip.
And the Broncos will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Give to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And the Bulldogs want to crank the tempo. From the gun, wants to pass. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They're going to run it. They get him down, but they'll mark it beyond the line to gain. It's 1st down, Fresno State.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Little touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard.
Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Boise State ready to send out that offense. He's moving out of the pocket. And it's on the ground. defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Couldn't order better field position for this offense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Quarterback on the keeper. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Second and goal for the offense. On the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. Never a doubt. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. The Broncos want to move quickly. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
And that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first down. They throw the football and get first down. So
he hurls one deep down the left side. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Landry. Quickly to the tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
I don't know if this is the time for this type of risk. Offense going for it inside its own 40. Might be looking to run. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Got it behind the line. It's McCarthy. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50+, and he did it with ease.
The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on fourth basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on fourth down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
To the air, it's Landry. Get it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. At the 45 on its way. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to 27.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Finds his target down the middle. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing 1st and goal. They're bringing heat. He's got it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They will score! Touchdown, Boise State! He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll go to the ground. They get in the backfield and make the play, and that's how they'll finish off this 3rd period. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Unloads it left. Got his man downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The Bulldogs in the hurry up. Going up top on 1st down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. He'll keep it himself. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. Using his feet to buy time. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Fresno State working from the red zone. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Working that left side now. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Quarterback adapting. Fights off a defender. And look, This guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Going for 6. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the returner will be brought down. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Quick pass on the jet motion. Flying down the left side. The 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Broncos! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Makes a grab over the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Fresno State right back to the line. Looking to go up top on first down. Fires on the move. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Let's see what they've got on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. He's got him this time. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks. He'll come out throwing on first down. Steps away to find some room. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. No huddle, offense to the line. On second down, he's looking downfield. He's right on target. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Fresno State. The best way I can think of to describe this cat, he's like a human get-out-of-jail-free card. He'll make it work no matter the circumstance.
And so as a defense, Reese, I mean, you've got to be aware of what this guy is doing at all times. I mean, if he's not just staying in the pocket and he takes off, you've got to have bodies flying to the football and stop worrying about these wide receivers because this guy is dangerous with his legs.
This defense is going to have to sell out to stop the run and try to get the ball back one last time. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. The handoff keep working on that clock. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun to give to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Coming after him. They've got the screen set up. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the brain trust will go to work. They go to the ground. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
Well, and it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.